What's up, everyone? Back for another beer review, and today I will be reviewing yet another beer from the Dewey Beer Company, and they are out of Dewey Beach, Delaware, and this is their Flying Toasters. So this is a double IPA that is brewed with Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal. Comes in at 8% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed in time of review. This can is approximately 1 month old, and I want to give a huge thanks and shout out to a good friend of mine and viewer of the channel, Alex, for hooking me up with this one. I will post a link in the description box to the beer mail unboxing video I did that contains all the goodies that Alex hooked me up with. Now, there's a lot of beers that Alex sent my way that all sound delicious and I want to try, especially the dream beers from Burley Oak, but I would be lying if I didn't say that this one sounds just quite interesting to me. So it's a double IPA, Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal, Mosaic hops I believe they said they're using. Let's go. Let's do it. I'm pumped up. I can't wait to get into this one. Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal, one of my favorite cereals as a kid. I mean, I've only had it probably, I had a little bit of an explosion here. Not much, just a little bit. It's been kept cool the entire time, so we'll see, but we'll give it a quick pour here. You know what? I always do this, right? Because when that happens, I don't fully open it. Let me fully open it. And then it pours out dumb because it's my fault. But as you can see, a lot of foam, but we'll see. We'll see if this settles down a little bit and I can get to it. I'll do a slow pour here just because. All right, that should be all right. We should be fine with that. So put that over here like this. And yeah. So as you can see, pours out this really hazy orange color, almost like an honey orange color. They have very murky and turbid. Combination word doesn't exist, but I use it. It has about a forefinger of this soap sudsy head. I mean, it didn't explode, but it gushed a little bit. So, I would expect, the head to kind of look like that in the beginning here. It's kind of dissipating as we speak. Pretty much off-white though. Yeah, looks like a hazy of some sort. Let's get a nose on it. That's fucking wild. It's weird. So I definitely pick up on Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal. Like there's a cinnamon kind of quality here, like almost like a grainy kind of sensation, like cinnamon sugar. But then I'm getting a base double IPA from Mosaic hops. I'm getting like a little bit of a blueberry, nondescript red berry, tropical fruits. It's almost like you took Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal and like cut up some blueberries and maybe like strawberries and raspberries, just threw it in there. Kind of what it smells like. Holy fuck. So the first like whiff that you get as I bring it up to my nose, unmistakable. Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal all day. But as you let it sit there, the double IPA portion comes to the forefront. There's a little bit of like underlying dankness. And again, those blueberry, nondescript red berry, tropical fruit, almost pineapple, kind of, not really passion fruit, more like a candied pineapple sweeter. Fucking wild. This beer smells wild. This is one of the more interesting aromas I've had in a long time. I mean, it's Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal on top of a double IPA base. And I know nowadays with so many breweries doing so many different things, I'm sure a lot of you out there have had beers like this, and I've even had beers in the vein of this. But like the fact that you're using Cinnamon Toast Crunch and I love it and I can get it in the nose is fucking crazy. So I want to get into it. Thanks a lot, Alex. Cheers, everyone. It's fucking insane. It's so insane. Whoa. There's something crazy on the back of my palate happening, and I'm not sure I enjoy it. Pour a little bit more in here. This is a wild beer. This is a fucking wild beer. Real wild. Body on this one for, double IPA, lower side of medium body, approaching medium, bit thin. I don't want to say I expected that, but kind of did to a certain degree. I didn't think it was going to be, super huge and chewy. And I don't want double IPAs at 8% to be that, but definitely a bit thin. I'd say lower side of medium body. The mouthfeel on this one, soft, smooth, slightly creamy. There's a really nice carbonation too. Let me take that back. Just soft and smooth, not really creamy. This is moderately carbonated. So if you're looking for like a New England style IPA in this beer, like from a body and mouthfeel perspective, you're not going to get it. At least I'm not getting it. This has like an old school like West Coast IPA or old East Coast style IPA where solid carbonation. It does have a somewhat of a soft smoothness to it, but more carbonation than you would think. The taste is fucking just I'm gonna say it one more time, wild. Right in front of the palate, Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal, unmistakable to a T, and it's fucking delicious. As it passes through the palate, though, something happens, which you might expect based on the name of this beer, but like this transitions into that, from that sweet Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal into a double IPA. So the sweetness and everything, I'd say about a third of the way to maybe halfway through the palate, just changes. I start getting like this resinous hop quality, this dankness. The berries aren't really here in the taste. It was more in the nose. I'm getting more of like a tropical fruit, like a mango, a peach, an apricot, something, even like a citrus zest, something that's more zesty and not as sweet of a fruit quality. And that's right at the middle of the palate. As it carries on through the back of the palate, it starts to get a little bit bitter and dry out. So this has a semi-dry finish with, I would say, a straight-on moderate bitterness for me. This is a little bit more bitter than I anticipated, which is fine. But here's the thing, where I said the finish of this beer is strange, it is in a lot of aspects, because I continue to get the cinnamon on the back of the palate from the Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal. It's not a sweeter cinnamon, it's just like a drying cinnamon that's mixing in with that moderate bitterness and a semi-dry kind of finish, where it's still lingering on the back of my palate after my last sip was, what, half a minute, 45 seconds, maybe even a minute ago. On the back of the palate, there's this weird, dry, moderately bitter, drying cinnamon type of aspect that, like I said, I don't know if I like the finish of it. I kind of do, but I really don't. But maybe I do, but I don't know. I don't know. I still can't believe the Cinnamon Toast Crunch is fucking... This is a weird beer. This is really strange. But as a package, as a whole, I think I enjoy it. It's unique. It's a fun beer. And here's the thing. I do all these reviews. Why do I, have a beer tubing channel? Because I like to have fun. I like to try different beers. I like to show my experiences with beers with you guys. I like to talk about the different experiences we have with beers. Maybe you've had this one before and you had a completely different experience. Maybe you had a similar experience. The whole point of having a beer tube channel for me is fun and interaction with other people. So having Alex send me this one, thank you very much, dude. It's so cool to try a beer like this. And then I drink it and I'm, going through the review and just the different emotions that I have in the middle. Like, man, that sounds terrible. But you know what I mean? Like, it's just fun. This is just a fun beer. I would highly recommend anybody, if they can get their hands on it, whether like someone throws in an extra trade or you actually trade for it, or you live close to Dewey Beach and they release this one again, try it out. Especially if you like Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal, because you owe it to yourself to try this one if you like the cereal. I love the cereal growing up. I still like it to this day. So yeah, at the end of the day, what do I think? Like, what is the rating on this one? What is the whole vibe to this one for me personally? I dig it. It's a damn good beer. I think that finish slightly off-putting. To some degree. I think it's a little bit more bitter to my palate than I would like. I also think that the cinnamon is weird that it kind of finished. Like, it hits me in the front of the palate and then it leaves like midway through the palate and then it comes back and hits you again with that cinnamon. So I would like to see this one a little less dry, a little less bitter. And I think this would be, probably a 4.25 to maybe a high 4.25. As it sits, I'm going to give Flying Toasters from Dewey Beer Company, I'm going to give this a high 4 out of 5, 4.1 out of 5. Like I said, to get into the 4.25 level, I want a little bit less dryness, a little less bitterness. But I cannot sit here and say that this does not taste like Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal, because it totally does. And again, if you've had this one before, let me know what you think about it, because, yeah, I think this is quite tasty. Now, price and availability, I saw on their Instagram, I want to say, and I could be wrong, I want to say that this was either... I want to say this was $19 a 4-pack, something like that. Double IPA with Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal, under $5 a can. I think that's a good price. Availability, brewery only. I would have not had a chance to try this one if it wasn't for Alex, who hooked me up with some Dewey Beer Company beers and a bunch of awesome beers in general. So if you live in Delaware and you can get to the brewery, if they release this again, then you probably can get your hands on it. And if they do, and you like Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal, how many times I can say that? About 7,000 times in review. Try it out. So yeah, 4.1 out of 5 for Flying Toasters from Dewey Beer Company. Thank you very much, Alex, for hooking me up with not only the rest of the beers you hooked me up with, but this one specifically, because this was a lot of fun. I appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. Yeah, 8%. Little bit of warming into the chest, but on the palate, really no. So hides the alcohol slightly well. Not great, but I would guess probably like around 7.5%. So just a smidge under where they are as far as actual ABV. So yeah, not a big detriment to the beer, not a big positive, just, kind of drinks in the realm of a double IPA or close to it. So appreciate everybody stopping by. To the next one. Cheers.